in today's game, he'll get an assist for that. But, you know, where did this game change?
That opening goal.
This game was so one-sided at half-time. Barca were slacking, total control. Real Madrid, 6s and 7s, couldn't pass the ball, couldn't create a chance, really. Were sloppy, didn't pick up any second balls. But they were quicker to the second balls, they got higher up the pitch, they made the substitutions at the right time, they started getting control in the middle of the park, and that allowed Bellingham to start making some runs in behind. We saw Carvajal getting forward as well, much more than we did in the first half. And that right-hand side, where that winning goal came from, was a big out ball for them in the second half. Modric switching the play, Carvajal getting forward, balls into the box, that was the difference.
And none of the substitutes that Xavi made any impact. Like Lewandowski, Rafinha, you look at those who came on. We mentioned Romeo as well.
Well, I think beyond the player personnel that you put on the field, it's the attitude of Barcelona changed in the match. They were in full control in the first half with intensity, with energy. They were proactive in the game. In the second half, as the game went on, it felt like Barcelona just kind of took a step back. And now, while they were pressing higher up the field, they were regaining possession higher up the field. It felt like they were on the front foot. It felt like they were dictating the pace of the game. But if you allow Real Madrid, even a Real Madrid team that didn't have a lot of intensity, didn't have a lot of energy in the first half, you allow them time and space as they did in the second half, Real Madrid is going to take that time and space. They are going to take that extra 10, 15 yards. And by doing that, you start getting a little bit more comfortable. And now you have the rotation of players in the front third for Real Madrid. Now you have players that are getting involved that were not getting involved before. They grow in confidence. But up until that point, it had been long-distance shots. It had been sort of half chances. And Jude Bellingham did something special. And that dramatically changed everything for Real Madrid. And it then felt like, well, if anybody's going to win this game, it is Real Madrid. And it didn't feel like that. It didn't look like that for long periods of time. That's when you have a game changer and somebody that can impact the game, and he did so in the manner in which he did, Jude Bellingham, then Barcelona had no reaction. There was no response. It was all Real Madrid for the last 10 minutes or so. They'll go on to win it, and they would feel fortunate that they did so, given what the first 60, 65 minutes of the game were. But regardless, when it comes to winning time, Real Madrid did the job. Barcelona, not so much.
Whatever they're paying Jude Bellingham, and it was, what was it, 100 million transfer?
Yeah, 100 million
so
transfer,
I would imagine he's on pretty big bucks at Real Madrid. I'm guessing he's maybe not the highest earner.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
But I got a funny feeling his agent might be on a flight from somewhere, just floating around the Bernabeu and Florentino Perez's office. And do we want to rip that one up and maybe give him a bit more money and a bit longer? Because we talked about it before the game. 3 goals between Rodrigo and Vinicius Junior in the league.
And these goals have all been big goals, important goals, match-winning goals. It's not like you're just adding to the tally when they're 4 or 5-0 up.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we saw Harry Kane get a hat-trick today for Bayern Munich in a 8-0 victory.
Yes.
You know, it's not quite all that. So it was against Darmstadt. So there you go. But yeah, I don't know. We can go back and look at all the great strikers that have signed for Real Madrid, and we can look at the numbers. But to put, and I would imagine them not even close to this. And we're talking about a midfield guy. I mean, I saw him give the ball away during that second half, 20 yards outside his own box, and he bust a gut to get back and try and defend it and make up for his mistakes. So it's not just the goals. If you think it's just the goals, you'd be wrong. It's about everything else he does in the game. Now, in today's game, him, Vinny Jr., Rodrigo, a lot of them are actually marshalled very well for most of the game. But it's only a couple of moments of lapses of concentration or magic, whatever way you want to look at it, has been the difference today in that second half.